nobody is coming. Not God, not some kind of higher power, universal being. It's you. Okay, you could sit there and hold something up to yourself, and I promise you no one is going to stop you. And I promise nothing is going to change after. The only thing that's going to change is you. You're not going to be anymore. And that day after, it's a beautiful day. There's clouds in the air, oxygen in the... Let me stop. Life is just beautiful. And sometimes it could be horrific. Sometimes it could be stupid. Sometimes it's you laugh. Sometimes you get to a point where you want to cry, and all you could do is laugh. But who's to say tomorrow is not going to be your day? Who's not to say that all that pain, all that suffering, everything that you've ever endured, that it's all going to change tomorrow? That it could all be different. Sometimes I'm not sure why I'm here. Or why I do things. Why I continue to do things. Even when I know they're not necessarily good for me. Even when I know that I can let them tear me apart. I still do them anyway. I still think about the things anyway. It's not that you want to stop thinking. Don't ever stop thinking. Just maybe don't overthink as much. Maybe don't take too many things into consideration. Maybe just do the thing. Because you'll find that a lot of beautiful stuff comes from just doing the thing. Actually getting out there, stop shaking your legs, stop making excuses, and press that button. Or turn that knob. Or open that mouth of yours and ask her out, or just ask the guy out, or do whatever it is you want to do. Because I promise you, no one is going to do it for you. Nobody. I don't believe one day I'll turn 25 or 26 and I'll have everything figured out. Or eventually something will come and save me. I don't think that's real. I don't think that's possible. I believe all you have is what you have right now. That a future doesn't exist. That there's not some extraordinary timeline. There's only right now. You can make it up. You can pretend. And also this guy just almost hit me. That would have probably been great. But he didn't. The same way that someone tried to steal something off you or do something to you and they just didn't do it, they'd be like, oh, but I didn't. What is trust? How much can you really trust somebody? It only takes 1 second to break trust and years to build. It's one of those falls off the rocks, You smack. It hurts. But life is not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. Will you get back up? Will you make that decision? Because it's all up to you. Everything inside this life. From the moment you're born till the second you die. Every decision is up to you. And if you don't want to do it, then you don't got to. There's not a single thing in this world that you actually have to do. After you graduate high school, you get to a point in your life where you don't have to necessarily talk to anybody. You don't have to necessarily be anywhere. And that's why it's all so crazy. Even to me. Because if I wanted to hop on a plane and go across the world, I could. I don't have the money or financial ability to do that. But if you wanted to, you could. If you wanted to take your car and drive it across the United States or wherever you are, you could do that. If you wanted to ask out that girl who's on the treadmill, you could do that. If you wanted to have a conversation with that guy behind you in line at Target, you could do that. I promise the world is not going to come strike you down and kill you for it. And I promise the world is not going to mess you up even if you make a mistake. Because there's only so many times I could say it. Failure is not fatal, and success is never, ever final. Okay? You will always be grinding for more. You will always be working. You will always be trying to survive. And then when everything shuts off, you have to find yourself again. And that's hard, finding that path back to yourself. There's diamonds everywhere. And you're digging for them. And you get so close, then you just give up before the good part starts. If I can't put my head down and have everything unfold, then what am I going to do? A big part of me doesn't even want to be a person. It doesn't even want to try. Because I know what's coming. I know what's next. The reason why I'm afraid is because I know what I do. I know the decisions I make. No one knows you better than yourself. And even when you're at the end of your life, and let's just say this, you've done it all. You got the wife, you got the kids, you got the $1 million, you got the $1 billion, you got the cars, you got the houses. You had an action figure made after you. But there's no point in giving you something else to do. Because in this life, you always see everything as some kind of game, as some kind of accomplishment to get. One day you'll realize that all you ever had to do was just slow down. That the real meaning of life was never out there inside the cloud, or if it was some universal being, or it was just enjoying right now. Enjoying the moment. Stepping outside, taking a fresh breath of air. Eating a piece of pizza with some pineapple on it. Going on a hike. Skiing down a mountain. I've never done any of those things. But that's life. It's the fun stuff. It's the stuff that will bring you happy tears. It's the people that celebrate your existence, not tolerate it. And you might be on that shelf for a long time. But one day you'll figure it out. One day you'll go in circles so many times that you'll question what's outside of it. What's outside of that routine? What's outside of your habits? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure I'll ever find out. I'm not even too sure I want to. There is no meaning to life. There's no meaning or purpose to any of this stuff. The only reason why you're able to give a reason in the first place is because you're here. You're you're experiencing what it's like to be a human being on a rock floating in space. And you spend 99% of that time overthinking, stagnant, thinking you can't do the thing that you want to do. And then you'll make excuses that, scrolling on TikTok is better. Sitting in my room is better. Sleeping away the day is better. It might be. Like I said, you never know what's waiting out there for you. I don't know if I'm going to step out of my car and get hit by a car. Or if I'm going to step out and meet the love of my life. Who knows? You don't know if you don't try. You'll definitely never figure it out if you don't start. Because starting before you're ready is a real thing. No one's ever ready. You're never ready to have a kid. You're never ready to boss up and become this big thing that you've always wanted to be. You're never going to be ready. But you do need to start. Because one day, if you don't start anything, you'll realize that the action of inaction was quite literally inaction. And you find yourself foreign to yourself. Things you don't care about. Wasting your energy on things that you don't even care about. talking to people that you don't even really care for. And you've lost your whole meaning of it. You're looking for that purpose. You're looking for that meaning. You can never find it. You know, because one day you're going to realize that in about 100 years, 80 years, every single person that you've ever met, every person that you've ever seen is going to be gone. Including the opinions of the people that prevented you from doing what it is you wanted to do in the first place. You know, so right now I'm going to have to ask you, do you enjoy it? You know, did you enjoy it? Your day? You know, because today might be all there is. You know, there's a reason why they call the past, the present, the future, the future. Yesterday is history. It's never coming back. You can never redo what you did. Life is kind of just grieving lost time. You know, the future does not yet exist. It only exists inside of your mind. Once you stop thinking about it, it's not real. You know, with the present, there's a reason why they call it the present. It's because it's a beautiful gift. You know? And a lot of people they don't like to live in the moment. They don't like to go with the flow of things. But you'll get there. You will. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. But you'll have a life that's worth living soon enough. You know, and it doesn't matter what you believe in or what you do. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Live true. Be kind. Be polite. And maybe you'll have the life you want. Or maybe you won't. You know, that's just life. You know, you're going to have horrible things happen to you. You're going to have that thing that's so bad happen to you that you can't even open up your eyes. You can't even take a breath. It's fine. It's not fine. But it has to be. Life goes on, I guess. All right. These motorcyclists. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this far in the video, caring about me at all. I appreciate it. If you're wondering where I am, I'm at the gym. You know, I'm kind of just sitting here. I was sitting in my car for like 7 minutes. Stop! No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys, and don't forget to stay positive.